AJ, knowing what you do now, what would you do and how long would it take for you to go pro if you had to start over riding dirt bikes?
Good question.
Knowing what I know now. Okay, that's the key to that question. Well, knowing what I know now, I would play it like it's a marathon and not a sprint. And I would also, in that, you wouldn't catch me comparing myself to anybody. The two things that I think killed me the worst were comparison to others. The entire journey along the way, from the time I was 8 years old, 12, 15, turning pro at 15, 16, 22, it was all a comparison. I was comparing timelines, I was comparing skill set, I was comparing talent, I was comparing
Lap
speed,
times,
all of
funding.
it.
Yeah.
And so what that did is that comparison made me rush, and it made me act desperately, and it made me very short-sighted and make decisions for today or tomorrow instead of thinking about, okay, where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years? That sounds like a simple and concept answer that's maybe a bit even general, but I mean it when I say that those two things specifically. If you could learn to eliminate the comparison to others and understand that it is a long game that you're playing, and that is not to say that you should be justify procrastination or be lazy or do nothing, but you got a lot of time. And if you start from the end and create the goals at the end, you can really chip away at it one day at a time. And I just didn't understand that. I was in survival.
Mm.
I was in survival. Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Oh man, I kind of have to agree. Yeah, I think just taking out the comparison aspect and the expectation to be something, I think that's what really can hinder a lot of people. And honestly, especially for you, AJ, if the expectation was taking out the comparison, which I kind of learned, I guess, in our whole friendship, kind of like more on the recent side, that you had that comparison, because I assume that, like, oh, AJ knows he's badass, he's a great rider, he's winning everything. There would be no self confidence issues, or there'd be no comparison or anything like that. So knowing what I know now about AJ's plight and what he had to go through and stuff, the mental game, I'd say that's kind of like how I felt, and I know a lot of my buddies felt, and how we probably all feel. So I'd say that portion 100%, and I think enjoying it more, because it does become like a job, when, especially, if it's your dad and your mom are involved in the sport, and you guys have a routine and you have to do good and you're expecting to win and progress. Taking the time to really enjoy what you're doing and enjoy riding your motorcycle, I think that pays off a lot too. It helps you have that longevity that AJ's talking about, that marathon race.
Yeah, totally. I will say, and everybody's different. For me, I was given that advice a lot of just have fun. I mean,
Mhm.
who hasn't been given that advice? But I think that it can be really unhelpful advice, because the fun is sort of like happiness, where it's like,
Mm.
oh, just be happy. Well, I'm trying. I mean, what do you think I'm doing? So,
Yeah.
but happiness and fun, having fun with something, I do believe is the byproduct of taking the other steps to do everything else correctly, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
eliminating expectation and all the other things that you just named is what will make you have more fun. I think if you're sitting there
Yeah.
going, oh, I'm just going to have fun, you could say that all day long, but if you're not executing the other steps,
Gonna have a bad
that
day.
won't that you're not
Yeah.
gonna have fun. Yeah, you're not gonna have fun. If you guys enjoyed that podcast clip, you can listen to full episodes on Apple Music and Spotify. And make sure, if you haven't already, join our community inside of the Moto Academy app. Go to themotoacademy.com today. I'll see you guys inside the community.